The award was established in 2000 in honor of Dr. H. James Holroyd and Dr. S. Norman Sherry, whose leadership in the medical profession has called serious attention to the powerful influence that mass media has on the health and well-being of children and adolescents. Dr. Holyroyd and Sherry were instrumental in initiating the American Academy of Pediatrics' ongoing examination of the media's relationship to such factors as aggressive behavior and violence, substance use and abuse, nutrition, obesity, sexuality, body image, self-concept, and school performance. Their long-standing commitment as ardent spokespersons, policymakers, researchers, and advocates of media literacy has led to enormous progress and greater understanding of these issues and has made a significant difference in the lives of children. The recipient of this year's Holyroyd-Sherry Award is Dr. Elan Shapiro. Elan is being honored for his numerous accomplishments as an advocate and educator. He has worked tirelessly to disseminate evidence-based children's health information through English and Spanish language media interviews, locally, nationally, and globally, which have been a critical support for families before and during the pandemic. He has also made a lasting impact on child health by communicating with legislators regarding access to healthcare and education in underserved and underrepresented communities, as well as developing a more inclusive pipeline for child health researchers and professionals. And I'm realizing now that I should say under-resourced rather than underserved. It is with a great pleasure and honor that the Council on Communications and Media presents this year's Holyroyd-Sherry Award to Dr. Elan Shapiro. Congratulations on winning our award, and if you'd like to make some brief comments, that would be fantastic.
Thank you. The next 45 minutes, I will be talking about myself, my family, and Mike, thank you so much for this. It has been an honor. I have been actually counting. It's 10 years I have been part of as a fellow from the American Academy of Pediatrics, and there's always a moment to share. The pandemic actually shared with us the importance of being there. Traditionally, doctors are the ones that share great information in a closed box, a clinic, a hospital, and usually seeing a white coat outside of the world having conversations with media. It's really weird, and usually they never train us for that. We can do health campaigns, we can do like talk to 30 people and tell them, yeah, get the influenza vaccine, but rarely we are trained to make a difference on masses. My journey started in Chicago. I was a pediatric residency. And actually, I was on my first pandemic, that was the 2009 pandemic with H1N1 influenza. And we were seeing how many people were actually getting sick, not because influenza, because they were afraid of coming to the hospitals. They were afraid of, being deported. All this myths and misinformation that we had for the influenza vaccine, and people were just not coming in. Then it was so painful to see that part. And I started writing a lot of stuff. I started sharing information and finding my own voice. As a pediatric residency, in the pediatric residency and as a resident, I started to write like scripts for Univision, the Mexican consulate in Chicago, and a lot of other amazing people around me, until I got to a point that if I really wanted to share one-on-one all the information that I had in my heart for my patients and families, I needed to spend probably 10,000 hours a day in my clinic in the urban setting of Chicago. But if I was 2 or 3 minutes with crafted messages and shared it the best way that I could, in the cultural respecting cultural norms, respecting the language, and being there present, and not selling, of course, potions, books, or miracles, the community was hearing me. Then I understood that whenever I was, at any moment, I could actually come and say something with the things that I had around me. Like, ándale, ¿qué esperas? Get your COVID-19 vaccine. And little details that made a difference in our communities. Now is the moment that we need to start changing. Misinformation and disinformation is actually killing our people. We're fighting a pandemic that has never been seen. Never. And right now, we have seen in the past months how the cases are going towards our pediatric patients, our kids, our future. This is the moment that we need to step up, fight against anti-science, fight against disinformation, and not be quiet. There's so many trolls, and we are afraid of them. And yes, we are not trained for this. At the beginning, we felt that we were soldiers without, like nothing. We were there with like swatting the little flies all around us. But now we have all these amazing things in front of us that can make a huge difference. Then it's extremely important for all of us to be present, and not only present, but share information and open the doors. That's why I need to mention this. Tanya Altman has opened the door. I actually was part of the group for residents way back then, and she opened the door for me. And she told me, let's do it. Let's find your voice. There's people that will be in front of a camera. There's people that will be behind a paper. But all of us, that's the most important thing, are things that we can all do. The feeling for all of you is that this award, it's just the mere top of the things that we need to replicate for our entire community. As pediatricians, we carry the weight of a family, of a future. And I joke a lot with my families and my kids right now that when we are adults, we're already screwed. We already have our things. We already have lived, done, and our genes are already tainted. But with kids, we have a team around them. There's a future. There's hope. If we can actually change the way that they see themselves, the way that they feel about themselves, and we open the door, and we are there, and most importantly, helping the process, and voicing their voice, and crafting messages that we can disseminate and be present on the table, it's very important. And the thing that we know as pediatricians is that if we are not on the table, we're the main dish. And that's why it's so important right now. And with this, I will be doing my last couple of minutes or seconds, or like the next 15 minutes. We need to make sure that we continue vaccinating our communities against fear with a dose of truth. Familia, this is it. This is a moment where communities are breaking up, misinformation is killing people, and us as pediatricians, we carry in our weight the key to open the future for our communities. Then it's a blessing, an honor to be here with all of you. And thank you, really, thank you so much for this honor.
Great.
By the way, no, wait. I needed to do this. I was on the moment and everything else, but.
Yeah.
Yes, I needed. I was waiting for the moment, and I was. Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Well, congratulations again, Dr. Shapiro. Really appreciate you being with us. Well-deserved award. Thank you. We're going to move on to the second half of our program. And I just want to remind folks to please use the Q&A box as we progress through the next couple of presentations. We're going to hold the discussion until after two presentations. So the next discussion will be at the very end. So as the presentations are ongoing, if you do think of questions, just go ahead and write them in, even if they get answered a little bit later